It is the 9th day of January 2017, and social media is buzzing with issues that occurred over the weekend. Hi, and welcome to this morning's edition of Joy News Interactive. With me, Victor Brache. We are live on Joy News TV or Joy News channel on Multi TV, as well as gov't and DSTV. There is a lot to talk about today, and here is how you can get in touch via Facebook on Joy News on TV, and the same handle is on Twitter as well. You can join us, send your conversations through on our handles. We're going to read out your comments whilst we go on with the program. First on the bill, where does the former president live now that he is no longer the first gentleman of the land? This has sparked a lot of controversy. The first statement from the former Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, reads, a statement from the office of John Mahama said, and I quote, the decision and agreement on the place of residence and office for the former president was formally communicated to the new administration by the former Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, on December 19, 2016. Instead of going home with a fully furnished house in Accra and an allocation of his choice outside the capital, the committee recommended Mr. Mahama should rather receive 40% of his salary to be paid monthly. This was a deviation from the Chinre Hesse committee report, which was from 2001 to 2005, which said former president should receive one fully furnished residence in the national capital and one out of the capital at a location of the former president's choice, all of which should not revert to the state in the event of demise of the former president. Per the recommendations, Parliament only approved for John Mahama money for his accommodation. Therefore, request for the House, which was approved through the use of administrative process, thus appears to be against the Presidential Transition Act, Section 10, making his continuous occupation of the House a breach. The claims that Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is stranded and has nowhere to stay is mischievous and deliberately intended to embarrass President Mahama. The Vice President is expected to take up residence in the house known as Australia House, which was previously occupied by former Vice President Pakwesi Atta. Mahama said in a statement, according to him, an official and permanent residence for the Vice President is currently under construction of the Switchback Road. Dr. Bawumia will move into a new structure when completed. So this was on the statement that was signed by Julius Deborah, and we put a thing on social media and we asked you to engage with us, interact with us, tell us what you are thinking, and so that we're going to read them right here on air for other people to know what is actually going on social media in regards to this particular incident that is between John Dramani Mahama, keeping the house that he is living in now, and then getting a new one for Dr. Bawumia. But we're going to read your post very soon on our Facebook page. We had a post on there asking whether John Mahama should vacate his residence, and we're going to read a couple of messages for you. We have Adama A. China, who says most Ghanaians, especially the media, wants to work only to embarrass JM. It is natural, but Bawumia belong to Australia House if they don't know. And we have plagiarism is on board. We have Saki Michael, who says you were the one building schools and hospitals and you can't build a common house for yourself. JM, you are okay. And we have beloved Sen Obene, who says just one term in office in the history of Ghana and read all his commissions. No, this shows how incompetent he was. His work does not deserve the building. Okay. We have Robert Zaka, who says these guys must. Okay, all right. So we're going to scroll down and read a couple more comments. Apanat Charles says, hey, stop fabricating stories against the man who, when he has not uttered a word about that. And we have Che Casimir, who says, if we are not careful, a certain outgoing president would one day request for the Jubilee House as a retirement package. Then Prince Nuruddin Bawumia says, Bole Bamboy is calling. Go back there. It's your hometown. And you have Ahmed Abdul Majid, who types, who decides his retirement package, and was the house granted as part of the package? We have Saki Michael, who says, how can you give money to Ibrahim Muhammad? Okay, so that's what people are talking about. So it's Nanado's first day in office, and we're going straight to the seat of government. We're going live to the place to catch up with events happening.
Using those notes, we visit specific ministries, departments, and agencies to ask questions and to get as much as we can. So this is your side, what we have found so far, which we are bringing to your attention. Thank you, Mr. President.
So that means that in all of this, there's an executive summary that tells us what the basic issues are and where we are. Is that it?
Yes.
All right.
But we've gone further, even in many cases, to itemize things that should be handled within the first 100 days of your administration. We wanted this thing to be a very advisory and at the same time informative and at the same time useful for your administration to take off, hit the ground running. Okay. So in most of these reports, we have sort of looked at what is happening and touching the hanging fruits, the lower ones, to advise on certain things we have to do within
in your
days.
judgment.
In our judgment, yes. And based on the handy over notes given to us.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, I think that this is it. So we're going to get all of these documents in front of you. Huh? At this stage, there's really not very much more that we can do. Take hold of these, have a good look at them, and I'm sure you're available for us for any clarifications that we need to make at any time.
Your Excellency, yes, we are available 24 hours.
But first of all, let me thank you for the work you're doing for our country. That I know that a great deal of energy and time has been spent, because there are several faces here who have been talking to me about the work that you have been doing. So even though this is an interim stage and an interim report, nevertheless, I think it's appropriate for me to thank you for the work that you have been doing. It is not work just for me, it is work for the people of Ghana. And you ought to be commended, especially with the promptness in which you've come here on the very first day of this new administration to come and apprise us of where we are. I think that it's a good initiative. It shows the seriousness of the work that you have been doing. And hopefully I'll be better prepared as a result of what you have done for us then to set things in motion. So thank you very much for coming, and you stand ready to hear from us at the earliest possible opportunity.
Excellency, thank you very much. Excellency, for your information, we decided to work without any sitting allowance, to forego our sitting allowance. in the public sector, jobs of this nature go with sitting allowance. And we were told by our colleagues that we're going to organize sitting allowance, and my colleagues said that we should forego it, so we have forgone it.
It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
You've done well. The Ghanaian people are grateful. The Ghanaian people are grateful for all these savings that you're making for them. We thank you very much. Thank you. So, once again, you and the rest of your colleagues, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Now, that was a short meeting at the seat of Parliament where Nana Akufo-Addo has met with members, seat of government, sorry, where Nana Akufo-Addo met with members of his government or people he is considering to be part of his governance. So, yeah, let's go back to our Facebook wall and read a couple of your comments about John Dramani Mahama vacating his residence for Bawumia to take over. And we have Ni Taki Mark Orlando, who says, this man cry, what again? And then Ata Amwa says, go take Ekuadonko's house. Okay. Bobby Black says, we are tired of reading these false claims from the media outlet. We have Iyao Opoku Efriye, who says, shame on to you, go refer your statement made in 2013. Daniel Nyakon, who says, if so, then move out before the disgrace. Then Mark Amoa says, Masa, vacate this with immediate effect. You have Osajefo Iyao Dramina, who says, the new government has rejected his request. And then Alexander Tete, who says, Masa, pack and leave, Ukra. Why don't you? Okay. And you have Eugene Supremo, who says, are you not fed up with the lies and deceptions? And then John Gatt says, please, Mr. Prezo, is that laid down procedure? And we have Saki Michael, who says, so you don't have a house? And then Edem says, Masa, you vacate, go home la. And Oscar says, you this man. And then Ohene Akwesi Ajay says, oh, so soon, ex-president. Felicia Ajima says, ha ha ha. And then Wumpini comes in with a smiley. I don't know whether he's screaming or showing some kind of disgust. So that's the last comment from Wumpini on our Facebook page. You can still speak to us, communicate with us, send us your messages on Facebook and on Twitter. We're going to read them live on the show. Still on events after the inauguration, President Nana Akufo-Addo made several promises on the campaign trail. And now that this is his first 100 days, or his first 100 days has begun, officially begun. Co-host of the AM show, Roland Walker, went out to find out from people, or some of you, what your expectations are for the incoming administration. Let's take a look.
You see, when you get to our Arabic schools or our makarantes, as usual, you see them learning all right. They have teachers, they have everybody, right? The comparison I want to make now is when you go to the secular education, from nursery or from year 1 to year 6, your child is able to speak the language, your child is able to write the language, your child understands the language to edify those who do not understand. But when you get to Makaranta, right, we have teachers, not qualified teachers. We have teachers, but not qualified teachers. Perhaps a Malam will be leaving out of the Makaranta for a wedding or something. Then he leaves a student in charge. And the student's knowledge is limited. And how can he impact it on the students?
So you want there to be a proper structure?
There should be a proper structure because we have no good structure that governs the system.
The Zongo community itself, it's a very large community as a whole. And we need much good health facilities, because...
Are the hospitals that bad?
Yeah, I don't think the hospitals had those facilities that can help the whole of Zongo community. So I think we need much facilities. Yes.
And that's interesting. But we have national health insurance and people will have to use alternatively those means of accessing health. Is it that you want the health hospitals or the facilities in the Zongo communities to be up to the standard or scratch of the ordinary hospitals we have?
Yeah, I think the Zongo hospitals have to use the national health insurance because this time around, I don't think the national health insurance is even working. So I want it to improve much better so that you can use it whenever and wherever you visit the health facility.
Our community, there's no job here. Boys here, they don't have job, they don't have anything. And the way they are growing, anytime they are taxing us, giving money. If you see a large give money. And a large too don't have money. Alaji is not working. I think you understand. That is why we are bringing up money. And the money rule the word, and God ruled heavy. If you don't have money, you don't have power. That's why we are talking of money, money, money. If you don't have money, if they are voting for you, nobody will vote for you. But if you have money, you can vote for Susu, you can vote for Susu. Nanado, you don't have money. But we see the way he's coming, we like it like that, for him to come. Because the way he's creating job, he's creating Susu, we vote for him to come power, for we to get job to do.
So those are some of the expectations from people in Nanado's 100 days in office. We put up a post on our Facebook wall and asking people to share with us what their 100 days should be for Nana Akufo-Addo. And Ijusu Harris Kunate says, Mr. President, welcome to your new office. I have absolute no doubt in my mind that the president will fulfill his promise of restoring the teacher and nurses training allowances. And we have Amenu. Okay, wow. Isaac says, please, Ghana is Ghana is a mature democratic country. Our ideas and thoughts should be expressed politely without provocation and contempt. God bless Mother Ghana. We have Ajiman Pope Alexander who says, all your posts are full of, okay. We have Senior Kojo Sapon who says, for in this first 100 days, I wish he puts his government together and also gets the budget for the rest of 2017 together. I also expect him to give us the real State of the Nation address so we can know what are the things we have. Ura Kweku Manu Edujafi says, my expectation is to make sure all the thieves, okay, all the people who did the wrongful act in the NDC will be taken to court and be judged. They stole, okay. We have Natalai who says, may his copied speeches, okay. Some of these comments. We have Charles Mauli who says, same old stories. Every time, what do you expect from the president? And it's okay. So these are some of the comments on our Facebook page. We're going to read more when we return from this short break. Let's move on to our next story. Now that President Nana Akufo-Addo has been sworn in, he, his vice, and their wives will now be under more intense public scrutiny. It is already well known that Second Lady Miss Samira Bawumia is very fashionable, although her outfit on Saturday did raise eyebrows as being un-Muslim-like. So today, we are asking you, do you think that their sense of fashion should change now that they are or are as representing the country or at the helms of affairs? We put up a Facebook page post. I'm going to read the comments on Facebook, but you can still engage with us on Twitter and on Facebook. We have Wilson Offair who says, why should they? They should look natural as they always do. They already dress decently, so that cosmetic style of dressing would let them look too artificial. However, what matters most is for them to watch their speeches and utterances. we have Richard who says, no, before they start dressing in their expensive clothes, I'd say they should restore the teacher training allowances. They should also they shouldn't use the country's money to do that. So, and Allah is watching. We have Kwabena who says, NPP is a rich party, either in power or not in power, unlike NDC. So let them enjoy their reign. And we have Diamond who says it is work in progress. They will definitely get it right as time goes on. We have Michael Bonnie Adai who says they are not there for fashion show. Allow them to work for Ghana's development. We have Fosu Peter who says I don't think so. The only advice is for them to work hard to support their husbands. We have Frank Nate who says there are people to handle these things professionally as such. Why worry? We have Bright Safo who says the dress be nice. Their work must be nice. Okay, it's not very clear. We have Apana Charles who says not at all. We pray they deliver, not their dresses. We have Isaac who says presidential outfits are designed. Amar who says, are they not matured enough? That's the question. Edward Napoleon who says fanboy lotion. Chris One says this is not necessary at all. Kweku Charles and Kroma says I don't think so. And Saka Mohammed also says, I don't think so. You can still engage with us. You know, the post is still on Facebook. You can tell us what you think about their dressing. You can also tell us how they should dress going forward. If you think they should still be who they are, that's fine. Now let's take a look at a slide that shows you how they dressed for the occasion. Yeah, so those are some of the pictures of how they've been dressing over the years, all right? So this is it for Joy News Interactive this morning. Thanks for your time. My name is Victor Brachen. Have a great day.